How you doing?
Good. We talked to Calvin earlier this morning, and he was asked about you. Said you're really coming on. You've been coming on the last week or so. Have you kind of felt that too?
Yeah, sort of, kind of. A lot of areas where I can improve, but just my day-by-day routine is to try to get better, try to eliminate the mistakes, and come out and have fun. That's been my biggest thing is knowing the game, going out there executing whatever coach wants me to. So.
You said it's never been a physical thing. You understand everything that an NFL linebacker should be. Sometimes it's just the head up, and that's just
Right.
the deal with young players, right? Do you feel like you kind of you're starting to take that step forward in that part where the game's slowing down? You're understanding what Aaron and Kelvin want to kind of get done defensively.
For sure, especially when you listen to the couple of the older guys and obviously Coach Shep, just the way he coaches and the techniques that linebackers can work on and just the mental aspect. Like, he's really big on that and has helped me out a lot to help me kind of understand more about football, not only just going out and going to go hit somebody, but just the concepts, route concepts, and things that what the offense is looking to do to the defense. So it's a lot, but he's been helping me out a lot.
Sorry about that. How beneficial were the joint practices to kind of get to put some of that to the test against another team like the Colts down there?
I loved it. It was honestly one of the best weeks of me, like during camp wise, because going against opposing team and not just your guys. It's an opportunity to go out there and showcase what you can do against another opponent, and it's also learning aspects of that. You go in, you watch the film, and okay, we see this not just as as me, but as the whole defense, like things we haven't seen. Like, you go in and correct those, and we won't make those mistakes during the season. So.
How much has Malcolm pushed you to kind of have to be better too? Really elevated that competition.
Yeah, for sure. That's what the whole room is about, just competition. We have a lot of guys that come out here and play, and Malcolm, I call he's really advanced for how young he is. We learn from each other. He was a good player, and pushing me to be better, and that goes around for the whole room. So we're just striving to be the best we can be. Not only as individuals but as a group. So.
Is there an aha moment for a young player when it clicks, or is it a lot of little aha moments where you get to the point where you're starting to turn that corner?
What do you mean by that?
Just like, is there a moment? Is there a moment where something clicks for you and you start to feel it turning, or is it an accumulation of a lot of little things that build up to getting better as a player?
Yeah, kind of. I'm the type of guy to keep my head down and continue to work. For me, I hate making mistakes. I hate make mistakes that I've made before, or and I know that I can do it. So that's kind of like a click for me. And if I have like a bad day or a bad game, like, that's like, okay, what can I do to learn from that? How can I get better from that? And I go and I watch the film, just like, I won't never make that mistake ever again. Mistakes happen, but in this league, you have to limit those in order to be the player you want to be. So.
It's never perfect. We hear that all the time, right? So there are mistakes. Can you
Right.
see a significantly fewer number of mistakes you're making on film now versus last year, or even starting the year?
Oh, for sure. I just see things different. Seeing, I know this is a football term, but seeing from 3 to 2, like things like that, like crossing routes and nowhere to be. The game has definitely slowed down for me this year, and and that's a big thanks to Coach Shep, because I've set up in his office, and he went through a few offices that kind of helped me develop that. Being in that mental linebacker that knows the game and know what to do, and I'm still developing that. So. I know Coach Shep will help me with that. So.
Have you gotten to the stage where now you know everything, you know the reads, and now you're just reacting?
Yeah, now it's just, you know what to do. You have the physical aspect. Now it's just going out there and executing it. That's the biggest thing. So.
You played a lot last year, right? So you only get better playing the game, but did you still feel like there wasn't a lot you didn't know when you got to the offseason program this year?
Yeah, and when I came in and we had OTAs, my main focus was to get in the playbook and know everything, because if you don't know everything, you can't go out there and execute, like I said. So when I got the playbook, I was just in it every day off season, just in it, just trying to learn the play. So then when I got in here, that wasn't the problem. Now I can go out and work on technique and work on how to jump routes, what the offense is looking for, what the defense wants to do versus this formation. Kind of hone in on those things. So.
First-year player, I think a lot of guys just focus on their job and seeing what their assignments are. Do you look at the defense in bigger picture this year? I mean, are you more aware of what the guys around you are doing versus just what you are?
Yes, and last year that was me. Like, I'm just gonna learn my position. Like, I have to get this down in order to focus on other things. And now that I know my position, now it was like, okay, how are the safeties helping me in the running game? How are who do I have the backside in the pass game? So it was just those small things that now I can take my game to the next level with knowing that everyone's doing on the field. So.
How important is that to kind of pair with the new attacking mentality for the defense? offense, obviously you need to know where the other linebacker is at before you leave your spot. Like, how has that played into that? Like, knowing when to
It's a
attack
huge.
versus react.
It's definitely a huge part. It just to help put you in the right position to make plays. To help, for instance, the run. Just knowing who you have on the outside of you or the inside of you. So, those are big key factors for sure.
Do you look at Sunday as a big game, a big opportunity, maybe make one final last impression, and you're fighting for a starting spot?
Yep.
So,
Every game is a big game for everyone. It's a lot out there on the table, and it's about having fun to go out there executing and just what we've been going through the game plan this whole week and just going out there executing and Sundays is always fun. So you go out there and showcase it and put it on film. That's one thing that we do is go put it on film. So.
Speak to the camp you had. We know last season ended with the injury, and you were able to take part in full OTAs, and it seems to me you've had a lot of success, particularly in the red zone. So, what was the recovery process like from the injury, and why do you think you were able to have so much success here with this offense, this scheme?
Yeah, so it was brutal to go down with that injury last year, late in the season, but I was able to avoid surgery and get back in a few months. I did a lot of my rehab in Minnesota, but then just coming back, learning from guys like TJ Hawkinson. He's a Pro Bowl tight end. He's a great mentor, a great leader in our room, and it's just awesome to learn from guys like that.
What is this stretch run like for your guy? When he fits that definition of a guy on the bubble, right? Fighting for a job since been here. What is the stress of that, and still knowing you got a week to state your case?
Just staying in the present moment. You try not to think too much about it. We talk a lot about being where your feet are. So I just try to attack each day like that. Just come in, do my job, and go home and repeat.
What are you most proud about? What you put on tape, on film from the start of OTAs to now?
Probably just consistency. Not trying to do too much or too little. Just being the same guy every day, knowing my role in the offense, and just doing the best of my ability.
Some targets and catches last week. What was that? What did it get to for you? Really impressive.
Yeah, it was great. Anytime you're able to help the offense and get a few catches, few yards, it's great. Obviously, it's going to open everyone else up too. So, I was happy to get those few catches and move on.
The pass catch is apparent. It seems like the blocking is going to work since last year. I mean, how has that occurred? Is that been a emphasis for you this offseason?
Absolutely. Coming as a wide receiver from college in Division II, you're blocking on the outside, but you're not in the trenches per se. But we've got coaches like Coach Campbell and Tanner, in our tight end room, and just try to do a lot this offseason with that and improve that part of my game.
So I mean, if you just drill down a little bit on that, what have you done this offseason?
A lot of extra work. When the cameras are off, it's all that extra footwork, watching film, getting those small footwork drills in, just to improve that part of my game.
Since college.
I have, yep. So I've put on probably 15, 20 pounds. I was a bigger receiver in college, but I'm probably like 240 right now. Played at like 205, 210 then, so put on quite a few pounds.
What was it like to be 205 pound tight end?
Well, thankfully I didn't play at 205, but I came in at like 230. So yeah, I've just slowly added weight.
Just curious, given where you came from, the position you played, what's your relationship with Adam, if any?
There is a relationship. Obviously, we went to the same school, so I bounced ideas off him. This past season, I did a little training with him as well, so it was great to have him and just kind of pick his brain and learn from obviously one of the greatest receivers in the league.
Going to work with guys like TJ and Adam, who are highest levels of their profession. How does that force you to elevate your game?
It's just you try to compete each and every day. They're at the top of their level, and I just try to be a sponge and just learn as much as I can from guys like that.
You and Brock kind of come up together, being up for the guys last year. Is there kind of like a friendship or like a buddy relationship with Brock since you guys are?
Absolutely, Brock's my best friend. We came into this thing. Obviously he was here during OTAs and training camp, but I came in during the season. But ever since then, we kind of had the same path, being two undrafted guys, and we kind of have that chip on our shoulder, and we talk about that often. So we kind of win it, and just ever since, we've kind of just clicked.